All right, so welcome to our Rank Up Zoom call. How fun is this? And we have our very special guest, Karen Elstrom, our presidential director, but she's calling in from India. So, Karen, I think you need to unmute and just say hi, because how often does this happen?
Well, I'm going to say good morning because it's 7:30, little after 7:33 here. And I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get on or exactly where we would be, but I wanted to hop on for a few minutes and say hi to everyone and just let you know what an amazing, amazing month that y'all had. We hit another record-breaking month for your team and all you do. And I know that all of you felt it too, because I mean, we just heard record-breaking team after record-breaking team. So of course our entire team was just over the top. It's just crazy where we're going, what's happening with everyone, how many lives we're impacting in such a huge, huge way. So I just wanted to say hi and congratulate you on such an amazing month. And you know, often when we have a really incredible month like that, we kind of think, oh yeah, that was good, and kind of relax a little bit. And I would really like to encourage you to let that be a springboard instead of a relaxing time, because what's going to happen when you just take the momentum that happened in January and just continue to utilize that as your strength, you all and our whole team will just see amazing things happen. Honestly, I really feel like we can double where we are now. Next year at this time, we will be twice as big, maybe 3 times. And your teams, I mean, and you know, when we talk like that, it's just to reflect how many lives we're impacting. So just imagine where you are now and imagine 2 or 3 or 5 times more people that you're able to impact next year at this time. So just have an incredible February. It's a shorter month, so you'll want to just hit the ground running. And I know many of you are already, I can see it. And let's have another record-breaking month. So I just wanted to congratulate you and thank you all so much. Right now, Tricia?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now this will make me cry. Truly, the main reason I wanted to get on this call is to introduce someone who's incredibly special to me. Just a minute, I need a moment. So, you know, when I met Marie many years ago, I was trying to remember, you know, I'm in vacation mode. Was it 6 years, Marie? 6 years?
7.
7 years. It's crazy how time passes so quickly. When we first met, I actually met her husband, John. He was a company referral. And it's a long story, which I won't tell you right now because many of you have heard it, but we'll tell it sometime because it's very fun. But everything John told me when I called him, everything, you know, I was suggesting for him to do, he said he was already doing it. And because he was doing whatever his wife told him to do. And I'm like, your wife really should be a coach then. And he says, yeah, that's a good idea. And he gave me her phone number. Well, she was not happy when I called her. And in fact, it's really shocking to think that here she is 7 years later, a brand new global director, because she was not interested at all in the beginning. And what has happened with Marie has just been, to me, a miracle. She's amazing. I love her dearly. She has taken everything she has learned along the way and put it into practice, sometimes kicking and screaming, I'm not going to lie, but put it into practice to make herself a better person. Her goal was to really create a better version of herself. And she works harder on herself than anyone else. I don't mean anyone else in the group. I mean, she works harder on herself than she works on anyone else. And what I see is someone who has flourished in such an incredible way. She is such a leader. People honestly want to know what she does. They want to talk to her. They want to be around her. I see it. It's so cool to watch what has happened with her over time. And she has just stepped into leadership. Her team, all of you guys have just created such an awesome group that you are rocking and rolling and helping so many people. And your team, Marie, has advancing to global director, and we all know that is not an easy thing to do. Hitting global director means that she has at least 5 executive director teams that she has worked with that are all on fire, that are creating their own businesses, that are just making amazing things happen. And I'm so proud of you for everything you've done. And you know, the thing with her is, like, for her, this is truly just the beginning. I know that she is on the verge of explosion. Like, this is nothing, you guys. You just watch her. Because guess what? As you all know, she's had many reasons she could have thrown in the towel many, many times. Her life has not been easy over the last several years. And boy, she does it. She does it anyway. And she takes people with her who want to create an amazing life like she is. So I've probably talked long enough, but I could go on and on because I love her so much. And I'm so glad that our paths crossed from a company referral. And I did not take no for an answer because I saw something in her that at the time I don't think she saw in herself. So I love you, honey. Come on and share your story.
Oh, thank you. No, I'm crying. This is not what I had planned. I was like, Trisha, I'm not saying anything. Let's just wait till we get 3 months in a row. It's fine. Anyways, well, okay. First, I'm going to say there are probably, right off the cuff, I'm going to say there are 3 truths about global in my book and what I've experienced. One, you can't get here without a really good mentor. And Karen's been equally incredible, I guess, or all the things, because one, she's put up with a lot of my BS. I'm going to edit my vocabulary because I'm trying to be a good leader. And she really honestly saw in me what I did not see, because there were, even before all the damn tragedy before all the tragedies going on in the last couple of years, there were many times that I wanted to quit. I would say, maybe this isn't the thing for me, and I would go digging for what it was. So Karen was that person who was just helped me get back to the truth when all the fear and the chatter got super loud. And she, has just been remarkable through all of it. And no, she didn't take no for an answer. She did what the system says, just offer the coffee for coaching. And I went kicking and screaming, and here I am. So that was the first part, is the mentor. Like, you don't get to this without having a good mentor. And sometimes maybe your mentor is out of the company, but in my case and in y'all's case, because she's your mentor too, we have that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, you don't get to this without an amazing team who's working hard. And they happen to all be women, but these ladies have really it's kind of fun. I'm going to announce one of them in a minute. I almost got more excited about one of my coaches this month, who's been in the trenches for a while, and she got to a rank up, and I was like, that's almost more exciting than this thing for me. And I love that. I did not imagine that was going to happen, because I thought, I'm never going to be that excited about somebody else getting ranked, like, I want to do this. So my team is just like, we've really made this really cool bond, and I'm just going, okay, are you ready? What's next? What do you need? And I really think they're all in for some pretty amazing things. Everybody that's players is trying to build a business. And I think it's pretty awesome. And I can't wait for all of you to start to feel that. Like, when they start picking up and doing stuff, and you're like, whoa, this is exciting. So now I'm like, this is why Karen keeps doing this. And then the third thing, because I won't go into, we get good training, right, y'all? I could tell y'all all of what I've done. Y'all already know what I've done, because if you're doing it, you're getting somewhere. The other thing is, like, I love the idea of, I didn't like it when I would hear it, but I love it now, that you grow to global. Like, you just grow. And it, some days it sucks, but when you get better at just being a human being, at being more compassionate, at being more understanding, at being a better leader, you like, that's probably, no, it's definitely worth way more than the money piece of this, which is, I always say it's pretty darn good. But you know, I love that we grow to global, and I'm still a little shocked. Like, this really happened. I'm serious. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, I know that we're going for big things, and I love it that Karen keeps talking about how in a year we'll all be in a different place, because I know it, because I see it, but it's always going to feel a little miraculous to me, and I don't know why, because it seems very obvious, right? But okay, so I won't go into the minutia of what I've done. I plugged into my mentor as much as I could. I grew as much as I could. It's taken me 7 years, but you know what? Given the amount of chances that I had to quit and wanted to quit, and I didn't. And so here we are. So I say what I say to everybody else. If the 5-in-1 works with predictable results, our system works with predictable results. If you just follow it and don't quit, you'll get here and beyond. And our team's going to be presidential this year. I'm certain of it by the end of the year. And I don't know how that's going to happen, but I don't have to. Like, I still go, I don't know where those people are coming from. So Karen, thank you so much for getting on and coming from India. I was literally throwing a fit a minute ago because I was like, I don't want to get on this call. I don't want to talk. I want to wait until Karen and everyone's here. So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. You're awesome.
Okay. Done with the crying, maybe.
Oh my.
All right, Trisha, you're going to tell me what's next, because now the order's all out of whack.
So I think that I will go ahead and have you introduce your amazing team right now, and then you will introduce Courtney when all of your team, because you had a bazillion new clients and a bazillion rank ups. So yeah, go for it, girl.
Okay, well, I'll give a shout out to my team for adding 77 new clients this month. I mean, like, I just kept watching the numbers going. I'm like, you guys are in the trenches. First, I'm going to talk about a couple of rank ups we had I'm going to talk about all the ones except on Jess's team because she's going to talk, but we had Heather Abear ranked up to associate director. I don't know if you're here, Heather, but if you are, raise your hand, Chica. She's probably not here, but I can't see both screens. I'm sorry. Ashley Malasa, I know, was not here tonight, right, Michelle? She ranked up to senior coach, and then the rest of the people were on my other two teams. So who I'm going to start with is our newest executive director, Suzanne Hormel. I'm really, really excited about her. I'm going to let her talk, but I'm going to first say that the reason she's here is because I stepped beyond my fear. So there's this post, and it says now hiring, and it talks about all of what we offer as coaches, like this whole thing. If y'all want it, I can share it in the group, what I use. And I didn't want to post it, like for real, did not want to post it. After 5 years of coaching, I still have my chatter, and I still have to step beyond it. So I posted this post, but I had done my work. I had friended her. She was a friend of a friend. I had PM'd her. We connected a little, and we were liking the same posts on our friends page, and I was, up in the business, and she saw my post, and the post I didn't want to post, she saw it, and she reached out to me, and she started a program with the intention of coaching, and here we are. So she, in December, had just hit associate director, I think, or manager for the first time. Yeah. One of the two, and then got all the way to ED by volume, because we haven't pulled on any coaches yet, but we're working on that. So I'm really excited for her, and she's going to tell you what this has meant to her. So you go, girl.
Yeah, so as Marie said, she posted that post, and I had actually been looking for 2 years for a health coaching position because I knew I wanted to help people and I didn't want to continue to do what I did. So when she posted that, I mean, it couldn't have been more perfect timing, right? So I would say for me, growing this, it has been huge for me, both mentally and physically. The biggest things that I always take away is the fact that you need to stay consistent. And that's what I had to get in my head. I was consistent last April and I grew, and then I stopped. So I hit that pause button, which you can't do. It's not that I stopped completely, but I wasn't doing the work all the way through. So the change for me was the consistent behavior that I was doing from the October Madness. The October Madness led into the Miracle Morning Challenge, which led right into a 3x3 by 3x1 challenge. And it was able to keep me consistent and doing the work and actually doing the work. You know, getting better at the conversations. And it's amazing the momentum that it created, obviously. So I would say, you know, I've learned now, don't hit the pause button because it affects you in a big way. Stop fighting the system. As they've said, it works, just like the 5 and 1 works. And that chatter, you know, I had a lot of chatter in my head last Wednesday, and I was just about ready to, because I was so out of sorts, and I reached out to Marie, and she said a couple things. I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, you know what? You can't lose what you don't have. I'm like, okay, that worked. So the whole point of that is, if you have chatter, reach out to your business mentor or reach out to somebody and have them help you stop it if you can't. Because I was trying the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that just wasn't working. And she shut it down with that. The person cannot steal what you don't have. So I was very appreciative of that and all the help too. I think those were my biggest things, you know, do the work, stay consistent, and actually do the work, you know, meaning don't just do 3x3 by 1. You have to do those communications. You have to. And I think in one of the trainings, which really helped, was if you're starting new communications with people that you don't really know, or even that you do know, on their wall is the like, comment, and then go message. And that helped me tremendously because I don't think I ever thought about it that way until January, to be honest with you. So, but it means a great deal to me.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
I want to say one really quick thing, that Suzanne is really the epitome of, if you just, like anything else, if you just don't quit, you will get where you want to be. Just don't quit. And she just didn't quit. It's been really cool to watch her grow. And when she really plugged in, it just happened, and it happened fast. So it's kind of been fun. So thanks, Suzanne.
Welcome.
Okay. So next up is going to be, this one will be really hard for me not to cry. Jessica Harfst is, she's from Michigan. She was a lead who is no longer with us. It's all this long story. And she started coaching, didn't really plug in. About, I guess, a year and a half later, had another baby. All these things happened. And a couple things. I set my intention to go global. This was in 16. I was going global. And all of a sudden, Jess reaches out to me. So I'm a big fan of make the goals and know that you don't know how it's going to happen, but you know our system is proven. So I literally, the weeks later, Jess reaches out to me and goes, you know what? I think I want to do this coaching thing for real, this whole thing. And she and I have become really good friends. I admire her work ethic. She sometimes wants to follow the rules more than I do. I'm a little bit of a renegade. She's got a heart for service, and she's just been also just moving forward in face of her fears, doing it anyway, digging deep, looking in and growing. And she's really grown here. So she's our newest regional director. And I was so excited. I was like, I can't believe this, like this is happening for her. So this is good. So Jess, you go ahead. She also plays with cows on a pasture a lot, which is so cool to me. So every time we talk, I'm like, what's going on with the cows?
Oh, thank you. So yeah, as Marie said, I'm connected to her through a lead, and I wanted to share a little bit of my story. So over 4 years ago, I originally met my first goal weight. So my weight loss journey goes back, over 4 years ago. And I did try coaching at that time. And I say try because I as Jamil would say, right, I dipped my toes in the water and I didn't do anything else. I definitely didn't go to the high dive. So I didn't plug in, but I did because, I was connected with Marie as my mentor. I did know her from that process. And then I had another baby, went back to work, and I found myself in a place where I was really, really unhappy and needed something else. And so, like Marie said, I had no idea. She had just gone to this retreat and set some intention to do more, but I reached out to her and said, okay, it was actually 2 years ago this past weekend. It was the first weekend of February. I had a conversation with my husband and said, I need to do something different. And then I reached out to her and said, okay, I'm going to coach because I'm going to quit my job. I did. I started coaching in the beginning of March. I re-signed up for my coaching kit. And in mid-April, so less than 2 months after that, I was able to resign from my other job. And I've been coaching full-time, part-time since then. But I want everyone else here to know too that, everyone grows on their own time schedule. So I've been coaching for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in March. And I reached executive director in a few months after that, but I just kind of stayed there for a while. It took me a while to kind of grow to the next phase. It took me a while to get the mind shift of adding coaches and supporting coaches. So my takeaways for all of you would be to keep at it, keep at those things and work with your mentor and your team. You don't have to do any of this alone. Use your mentor and then work through your personal development, which I feel like is a lot of what Marie already said. See, this is why she's my mentor. So that's been what's helpful to me, is work more on myself so that I can be better myself to help more people, and just keep working through it. Keep on the mind shifts, because now that I'm here, I'm glad that I'm here, and I know that there'll just be more to come, and there's going to be more growth to work through, and it's not always easy, but it is nice 2 years later to be in a place where I feel my feelings, and I'm not just floating through life, and I'm not just walking through each day not enjoying my life. Yeah. So while sometimes the growth is hard, it's worth it. I have some shout outs that I want to give on my team. So Sarah Carpita, I think, is on the call tonight. She ranked up to senior coach, and I love working with her, and she just loves on her clients so good and supports them, and has some people doing some pretty awesome stuff on their journey. And Nicole Traddles ranked up to associate director. I don't think she's on tonight. And then my sister-in-law, Gina Schwader, is going to talk here in a second. But she ranked up to executive director. Her highest rank previous to this month was manager. So she ranked up several times this month, and she got certified. So she'll be working for that consistency bonus next month. And she had a coach on her team, Lynn Curry, who ranked up to senior coach as well. So, Gina, like I said, is my sister-in-law. I'm excited for her to chat tonight. And she has an awesome weight loss story, which she'll share a little bit about. But I'm super excited for all that she's done and how she's plugged into our system too. So, Gina, are you ready?
I am. and this is kind of funny because Jess just said, as she was talking, you heard it from her coach. So guess what? It's a trickle down thing here. You're going to hear some of the same things from me. It has been such a cool month, first of all. A little bit, I'll go back and give you a little bit about my story too, just to kind of work forward. I started my health journey portion of this whole process in July of 2017. And Jess was already coaching at that time, and I finally reached out to her and said, help, I need help, I'm ready. And so I learned the mindset thing there, because you have to hit that rock bottom before you can change your mindset and ask for help and be ready and be plugged into getting healthy on your own. And then I became a coach right away. I watched what Jess was doing. I became a coach right away and signed my first client. And then I went into what we're going to call my selfish time frame. So I became selfish, and I unplugged. I worked on me. I concentrated on me, on my journey, on where I was going. I had to discover who I was underneath all of the layers of neglect that I had built up for so many years. So I had to work on me, and the health part of it too. And so it took me a while. June of 2018, so fast forward several months, and in June of 2018, I hit the 100-pound weight loss. I've gone a little farther than that since then, but thank you. But I hit that 100 pounds, and when I hit that 100 pounds, I started throwing more fuel into my fire, in the form of baggy clothes, self-doubt, self-negative image. I started throwing all that stuff on the fire and letting my torch burn a little bit brighter. And I signed up for convention. I started plugging into more trainings and doing more work and being more present and doing the things, as they say, just doing those things. Went to convention, and I think that's where it finally hit me, where I really turned and threw the big accelerant on the flame, the one that says, you know what? We're helping thousands and thousands of people. This is just phenomenal. This wave is just phenomenal. And from there, I thought, this is it. This is where I'm going to really hit this hard. The next month I had shoulder surgery, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to sit at home and recuperate from the shoulder surgery, and I'm going to get so much personal development done, and I'm going to really do all these great things, sign up all these clients. Best laid plans, that didn't happen the way I planned it to happen, but that's okay. Like Jess said, you have to do things in your own time, and I've learned that too. We know it works, we know the process works, and we know how to make it work and how to climb and how to do what we need to do, but sometimes it just doesn't work for you personally to keep doing all of those things in the time frame or in a specific time frame. So this fall I kind of shut back down again and shut off some of what I was doing, and mentally and physically going through the pain of the shoulder surgery and doing all those things. I just wasn't connecting with everybody like I wanted to. However, I went back to work in November, and that's when I started back in, plugged in again, started doing the training, started hitting my friends lists and working those lists hard, and had a great December. Finished December with a couple more clients, started out January really heavy and added more clients. In the middle of January, my very first client, way back when I started in 2017, my very first client became my very first coach, and that's Lynn. And unfortunately, she's not on tonight. She's not feeling very good. She's a school teacher and brought home a bug from school and is not feeling well. But she started mid-January, and by the end of January, she had signed her last client, became a senior coach, and that last day in January, I was home because it was minus 30 degrees here in Illinois. So I was home underneath a blanket doing my studying, got my certification, and just had a really stellar month of January. If you were to ask me, if you were to ask me to give a brand new coach my take on advice, I would say listen to your heart. You know, we know that when we start on a health journey in the first place, you listen to your body. Your body's going to tell you if you're putting something in that's not right. As a coach, you learn to listen to your heart. And that's where you find your passion, is inside your heart. Do it in your own time. Do what's right for you, what works for you, and it'll fall into place. It may take a little longer. There may be detours. We don't have a set path that you have to be in, but it'll get there if you listen to your heart. And thanks, Jess, because I wasn't going to cry, and I'm watching you, and I shouldn't.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be on this journey with you. It's going to be a lot of fun the next few months too. So,
and if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, if you haven't made plans to go to Orlando yet, come with us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
I love that you pointed that out, Gina, because it's a big deal. Events are just a big deal. I haven't missed one in all the time I've been here, and I've gone to all the extra ones too. The ones that aren't like Optavia driven, just team driven. I've been to literally every single one. So if success leaves clues, get to anything you can possibly get to, and don't think about the money, because you'll make way more money than that ever cost you. All right. So congratulations, Gina. Pretty exciting stuff. All right, so the next person we're going to talk about or talk to or hear from is kind of probably one of my favorite people on the whole team, because she's just a kick. She's fun. You can tell who raised her because she's got a good heart and a good spirit, and she really gave me a great adjustment at convention one year, and I just love her. But other than that, I know she's a great coach, and I'm excited to see her team growing. So we got Courtney Elstrom Flood, who's gonna talk to us about her team's stuff she's got going on.
Thank you, Marie. Hi, everybody. I'm loving hearing everybody's story. This is just amazing. Well, I am super excited because I get to introduce this next amazing person. One of our newest regional directors, Miss Maya Reed, or Mrs. Doctor. But her and I went to high school, elementary together, and after high school, we kind of went different ways. And so just being able to reconnect has just been absolutely amazing. And that's what I love about this program, because we get to connect and reconnect with so many people. And it's just reconnecting that friendship is just so cool. And just being able to watch her grow and watch her team grow is so cool. So same thing like Marie said, when I saw her hit that regional, I was over here like, woohoo! So excited just being able to watch that happen for her. So I'm so excited, and I know this is just the beginning for you, Maya, and I can't wait to just see what happens for you in these upcoming months. She started in January as an associate director, and then has just been ranking up, and she ranked up all the way to regional. So I'm so excited for you, Maya. So love to hear from you.
Hi, everyone. I am excited to be here tonight. I couldn't have done that without my team for sure, which you'll meet soon. But I think one of the things that I just really love about this whole thing is I moved to small town Carlinville, Illinois in summer of 2014. And my husband's from here, and so he knows everybody. I mean, it's not as small as some other people might be from, but it's less than 6,000 people, and you know, surrounded by farmland and all that. So it really is just like a small community. But being the new person here, you know, it's kind of hard to integrate yourself and meet all these people that everybody else already knows. So like, you know, John already knows everybody in town. And so I'm constantly meeting people, but I can't remember their names and all that. And so I opened up my practice in Litchfield, which is not too far from here, but an optometry office there. And although you get to see a lot of patients, you get to meet a lot of people, and you spend time once a year or so with them, you just don't really get on that level, you know. And I think since starting coaching last summer, I just love the fact that I can meet other people that I wouldn't normally see or meet, you know, because I don't practice in Carlinville, and to be able to kind of have relationships with other people, get, you know, make some friendships. And who you're going to meet next is Amanda. She was actually my second client and my first coach. And somebody like her, I mean, we knew each other, you know, I know her sister, she knows me, she knows John, but we just, you know, we would cross paths, but we don't really have that friendship, but now we do. And I just really love that. So Amanda Stewart, she is our associate director from last month. So I'm really excited about her. She's got a big heart, and I'm really excited for what's to come. So Amanda?
See if I can figure this out. You guys see me?
We can hear you, Amanda.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I don't know how to get myself, like, for everyone to see me.
We can see you. I have you on speaker view so we can see you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Maya. I started a program with Maya in September, and I had so much success on 5 and 1, like, right away, and the coaching sounded really fun, so I kind of just dove in right off the bat. I took a little kind of break, like October, November, but then kind of got back into it a little bit in December, and in January I got five clients in January. So it's been a lot of fun, and I, like Maya said, just how close that we've already become, and I love Courtney and Karen is awesome, and so I'm so happy that, you know, I can be a part of their team. So I have on who else is on here is my one of my first 3 clients I got as a coach is Elizabeth Grider, and she is amazing. She is like the best coach. She is just like on fire all the time, and she is just such a go-getter. And she decided to coach pretty much right off the bat after she had only been on plan for a week. She was really like to do this, and she ranked up to executive director in January, and is still just going nonstop. So I'm really excited for her, Elizabeth.
Can you guys hear me? Good? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amanda. Like, literally about brought tears in my eyes. I owe everything to my mentors. Getting executive director was a little bit of a struggle. I hit the ground running, and then at the last minute, it was kind of one of those things that the time is now. Got it. And I was kind of almost shocked, to be completely honest, but I did it. And, you know, I've got a great team above me. I've got Maya, Amanda, Courtney, Karen. Like, I feel like I've gained another family, and I think that's one of the biggest things that I love about this. The passion that I have for helping people is phenomenal. I can't even describe it. I did kind of go into coaching a little bit, kicking and screaming kind of. I was like, finally, I got into something that I'm not going to coach, or I'm not going to have to sell. And I had a friend that wanted me to coach them I did it. And I actually ended up even telling Amanda, hey, you be their coach, like sign them on and I'll just help them out. And I'm so amazed by the support and the amount of education, if you will, like the personal motivation and just all of the things that Optavia has provided me. I feel like it's helped me grow. And I wasn't really a big Facebook poster, and now I'm to the point that I don't care. This is what I want to do. And more I'm getting people that message me that don't like my photos. They don't comment, nothing. It's just people lurking. So I think my biggest thing is stick close to your mentors because they're all phenomenal. Reach out to them. One thing that I know I've mentioned to Karen before is I'm pushing for this. My goal now is to hit the executive director again this month and the next month and get that 3-month consistency. Just why not? You know, I never thought I would have gotten my cab bonus, and I did. And you know, just keep pushing. Put your goal in front of you and say you're going to get it, and just run with it. So I could go on all night. I really could. I do. I love this. I love helping people, you know, getting those text messages early in the morning from clients saying, oh my gosh, I feel so great. Thank you so much for introducing me to this. I think that's the biggest achievement. I mean, the money, yes, is awesome. You know, I can't believe what we make, but then at the same time, I think it's more rewarding that you're helping people. So I thank you all. You're all great. Maya, Amanda, Courtney, Karen, look at us. We're awesome.
That is so great. I love your story, and I have loved watching you just explode. So this has been very fun watching you go up the ranks, Liz. It's been very fun. So I'm excited for you. I wanted to just really quickly mention a couple of rank ups on our team. We had 2 rank ups to manager. I'm looking at my notes over here. Jean Ewing in Pennsylvania and Sharon Fleece in Ohio, where it's way freezing cold. So yay, team, I'm so excited. So we have, let me see, we had some new certifications, so I don't want to forget anybody there. I'm looking at the notes again, certifications. So Melinda got certified, and Rio also got certified. Of course, Liz did too. So great job, guys, because that means now that you're opening yourself up to all of the bonuses that are available to you and an extra 3% pay raise. So why would you not do that? It's just kind of cool. I mean, the way that I look at it, Optavia is going to pay somebody the money. I'll sign up for that, you know, so why not? So I wanted to introduce Becky. Becky is going to talk to us just a little bit about some events that we've got going on, and I want to make sure that you have all the info there for that. So Integrated National Director Becky Flamong, who just happens to be the sponsor of Mr. Jamil Frazier. Not that anybody knows about him at all, so hit it, Becky.
Hi, everybody. Congratulations. I just love hearing everybody's stories. It was really, really exciting, and I'm excited for you. I've been coaching for 7 years, and you guys are just starting out amazing, and you just got such an amazing ride in front of you. So it's going to be an awesome year for you all. I just want to remind you of a few things. So if you haven't seen this Saturday, February 9th, Jamil has, his team has kind of put together something called Elevate Now. So it's an event that you can bring your coaches, clients, prospective coaches and clients, everybody, just invite everybody. And there's events happening all around the country, basically 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, so whatever that time zone is for you. But there's some information in our coach group about it, but they're happening all over the place. So locally here in California, Trish is having one with Jamil in Long Beach. There's one in Monrovia, Glendora, Riverside. Letty and Bobby are having one in Riverside. Valley Village. Ed and Sharon are having one in Ohio. There's one in Vista with Megan. There's one in Ontario with Justin. But, you know, there's also some Pennsylvania, Virginia, Massachusetts, Washington, New Jersey, North Carolina, South Dakota, Sparks, Nevada, South Carolina, Texas, Arizona, Oklahoma, Ohio. You've got to know some people in those towns, right? I mean, it's all over the country. So make a list of people that you know that live in those areas and invite them to the event. Say, hey, you know, how close are you to this event happening in such and such town? You should check it out. There's going to be some amazing healthy food being served. You'll hear some great stories and just get inspired about improving your health. You know, I'd love to have you join. So really just get the word out to anybody and everybody, your current clients, your current coaches, prospective clients and coaches. So share it with everybody, okay? And if you haven't planned on going to one, you know, you can definitely join or have a little get together yourself. Right in the file there's a PowerPoint if you want to use it, or just share your story and have a few other people share their stories. And just a little description of what our program, you know, is all about. So anyways, just wanted to make sure you all knew about that and the opportunity to have people go and let everybody else tell them about what we do. You know, it's perfect. So that's the first thing. Also, our leadership happening here in April in Anaheim, California. And that's a Rise Up Summit. And to qualify, you need to have 6,000 frontline volume and 2 senior coaches out of the months of December, January, February, March. So if you've already qualified, that's awesome. You still have this month and next month to qualify. So you really want to get to that event. As people said before, events are amazing and you don't want to miss one. I've been going to events for 7 years now, and they're just amazing and awesome, and each one is better than the last. And you're in a different place yourself in your journey as a coach, so you hear things differently too. It might be the same information that you heard the last time, but because of where you are and who you're helping, you hear new things every time. So definitely, and you know, the company's growing and doing amazing things too, and so there's more things to learn each time. So if you can, and if you want to attend, there's still time. Get with your mentors. Everybody talked about the importance of your mentors. Make sure you get with your mentor and get a game plan together so that you can be there and attend. Okay. And of course, the last thing that somebody mentioned as well was National Convention. And so get that on your calendar if you haven't already. You still have time to register. And that is July 25th to July 28th this year at the Gaylord Palms Resort in Orlando, and the cost is $199. So definitely get that on your calendar. If you haven't registered, get registered, make your plans, start checking out flights, and we'll see you all there and get to congratulate you in person, because of course I registered last year at our convention. So anyways, congratulations, everybody. It's been really fun hearing your stories, and can't wait to hear what's going to happen the next time around.
Thanks, Becky. Hey, one other thing, as long as you're talking events, every single Thursday morning, unless I am out of town or gone, right here local in Redlands, Southern California, then you can come and join us for coffee. It's just like very much an open house kind of thing. So between 9 and 11 a.m. But if you live in Ohio, Sharon comes on Zoom, because I always put the Zoom link in. So just like we're doing this right now, you can always do that. So that's just a fun thing. So tomorrow morning, I'd love to see you there. It'd be fun to fill up that room. And so I'm going to close just with this. You know, we hear a lot of really cool things that we're talking about right now. And just maybe you've set some goals for yourself. You want to go to the summit. You want to be there. And a lot of times this is like scary, right? Because this is when that chatter monster, the fear comes up, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's terrifying, you know? And so I want to challenge you to think a little bit differently about this. And so what I mean by that is that, you know, fear is always going to be there. I found a really lovely, so there's a book by Liz Gilbert called Big Magic. And she has a really cool take on fear. So it's a short, really cool thing, and I'm just going to read real quick for you. She says, I don't try to kill off my fear. I don't go to war against it. Instead, I just make all that space for it. Heaps of space every single day. If I can relax, fear relaxes too. In fact, I cordially invite fear to come along with me everywhere I go. I even have a welcoming speech prepared for him, because I might deliver that right before embarking on any new project or adventure. It goes something like this. Dearest fear, creativity and I are about to go on a road trip together. I understand you'll be joining us because you always do. I acknowledge that you believe you have an important job to do in my life and that you take your job seriously. Apparently, your job is to induce complete panic whenever I'm about to do anything interesting. And may I say, you're superb at your job. So by all means, keep doing your job if you feel you must. But I will also be doing my job, which is to work hard and to stay focused. And creativity will be doing its job, which is to remain stimulating and inspiring. There's plenty of room in this vehicle for all of us, so make yourself at home, but understand this. Creativity and I are the only ones who'll be making any decisions along the way. I recognize and respect that you're part of this family, and so I will never exclude you from any activities, but still, your suggestions will never be followed. You're allowed to have a seat, and you're allowed to have a voice, but you are not allowed to have a vote. You are not allowed to touch the road maps. You're not allowed to suggest detours. You're not allowed to fiddle with the temperature. Dude, you're not even allowed to touch the radio. But above all else, my dear old familiar friend, you are absolutely forbidden to drive. Then we head off together, me and creativity and fear, side by side forever, advancing once more into the terrifying but marvelous terrain of unknown outcome. Isn't that a cool way to look at that? Because it's always going to be terrifying, but look at what's always on the other side. I like to say that, you didn't die. Once you did the terrifying thing, you mostly made up this huge story in your head. Once you did it, it's like, oh, I wasn't so bad. So I know everybody has awesomely big goals. I know you're excited to get to the summit, and I can't wait to see you guys all achieve next month, and this is going to be huge. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you next month. Bye.